From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebow. 4 men accused of staging the Russian concert hall attack on Friday that killed at least 137 people have appeared before a Moscow court, showing signs of severe beatings. One of the suspects claims he was paid about $5,400 to carry out the attack. More from reporter Derek Dennis.
4 suspects in Friday's deadly attack on a concert hall in Moscow have appeared in court, charged with terrorism. At least 137 people were killed, 180 injured. All are said to be operatives of the terror group ISIS-K. Analysts say ISIS-K has grown stronger after the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan in 2021 when the terror group's enemy, the Taliban, seized power.
Gunmen opened fire on concertgoers at one of Moscow's largest entertainment complexes. The attackers then set the complex on fire. Naturopathic doctors say they can be part of the solution to Canada's crisis in primary health care. In British Columbia, they have a wide scope of practice that allows them to prescribe medications and administer vaccines. Sean O'Reilly, executive director of the Canadian Association of Naturopathic Doctors, says other provinces should move that way too. But medical doctor Michelle Cohen of Queen's University says naturopathic doctors might have a specific role to play as part of a patient's healthcare team, but she says they are not qualified to be their main primary care provider. She says family doctors have thousands more hours of clinical training that equip them to make more accurate diagnoses and treatment plans. Police in Winnipeg hope they've stuck a fork in the case of more than 24 grocery store robberies that involved a suspect stealing large quantities of meat. In many of the incidents, the suspect allegedly assaulted security or store employees and threatened them with bear spray or sharp-edged weapons. No injuries were reported, but police say the estimated financial loss to the various retailers topped $10,000. A 32-year-old suspect was arrested Thursday and faces numerous charges of robbery and theft under $5,000. The 53rd annual Juno Award Show was held this weekend in Halifax, honoring Canada's best and brightest in this country's music industry. Nelly Furtado was last night's host, and Montreal singer-songwriter Charlotte Cardin scored the coveted Album of the Year award for 99 Nights. She said during the show's CBC broadcast, making this album with her friends was one of the great joys in her life.
We made it at a moment where I desperately needed a creative outlet and a safe space to tell these stories and to share them, and so I want to dedicate this to my friends who made the album with me.
Cardin also won Pop Album of the Year the night before. Ottawa-raised singer Talk won Breakthrough Artist for his hit single Runaway to Mars, and Toronto band The Beaches took Group of the Year prize. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Jacob Chychrun scored 2 power play goals and Ottawa knocked off the visiting Edmonton Oilers 5-3. Zach Hyman scored his 50th goal for Edmonton, and Connor McDavid had 2 assists to push his season total to 91 in the loss. The Carolina Hurricanes edged the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1. Alex Newhook scored twice as Montreal squashed the Seattle Kraken 5-1. The Buffalo Sabres scored a 4-1 victory over the Calgary Flames, and Alex Ovechkin scored twice as Washington beat the Winnipeg Jets 3-0. Rachel Homan and her Ottawa-based team beat Switzerland Sunday to win gold at the World Women's Curling Championship in Sydney, Nova Scotia. And baseball's Shohei Ohtani plans to speak to the media today for the first time since the illegal gambling and theft allegations involving the LA Dodgers two-way superstar and his interpreter emerged during the team's trip to South Korea last week. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebow.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.